4 baby owls. One accidental dad. A bond no one saw coming. Roo hadn't planned on becoming a parent that day, but it couldn't last forever. While brushing his teeth, he noticed something unusual in the corner of his bathroom. A small ball of gray fluff, completely still. As he got closer, it blinked. A baby owl in his bathroom. He stepped back, puzzled, until he spotted another, then another. 4 in total, 4 baby owls. Alone, frightened, and no bigger than his hand. No nest, no mother, just silence. That day, something shifted inside him. He had no idea how to care for owls, but he knew one thing: he couldn't walk away. At first, they remained quiet, observing him, watching closely. Their large, shiny eyes fixed on every move he made. Roo felt awkward and inexperienced, but he gave it a try. He found an old cage, placed a towel inside, and turned his bathroom into a nursery. Feeding them was the biggest challenge. He used a dropper at first, hands trembling as he held the tiny creature. So delicate, so still. But they ate and kept eating. Then came the noises, the activity, then trust. Suddenly, Roo was never alone. They followed him from room to room, climbed his arms while he worked. One even tried to perch on his head as he made coffee. They were loud, needy, funny, but most importantly, they were alive. Each had a unique spirit. The largest, like a little protector, always staying between Roo and the others. The tiniest, gentle and quiet, always looking for cuddles. One, bold and curious, always leading the way, and another, serious and watchful. But when no one noticed, he'd curl up in Roo's lap like a baby. Roo didn't give them names. He told himself it wouldn't be for long, but his heart thought otherwise. They became his group, his constant companions. They brought him meaning, comfort and happiness in stillness. Yet deep down, he understood it couldn't be permanent. They were becoming stronger, smarter, and wild creatures aren't meant to live in cages. One morning, Roo found a tall, aged tree near his home, a known nesting spot for pygmy owls. The moment had come. He carried them out one at a time. The biggest was the first to fly, wings unsteady but confident. The rest followed as though they'd been waiting. No tears, no holding back, just flight. And then they were gone. Roo stood beside that tree longer than he would admit. His hands were empty, but his heart had never felt so full. He returned home to quiet. No wings, no feathers, just echoes. But he smiled, because to love something doesn't always mean keeping it. Sometimes true love means letting it go. If a wild animal ever crosses your path, pause, learn, seek guidance. Because sometimes the smallest beings don't just rely on us, they show us what it means to nurture, to care, and to let them fly. And if you're considering bringing a pet into your life, especially one that's been through something, do your homework. Speak to experts. Be sure you're prepared. Because when you give them your love, they'll give you everything back.